school and our community. As they entered the court of the city athletic director James Seminole, the daughter was Robert Stewart, superintendent of McAlester Volleyball, and his senior athlete, remembered the gold of the low point, which symbolizes their commitment, determination, and perseverance that embodies the spirit of the buffalo. The first senior tonight is Trinity this year. Trinity is the daughter of Debbie this year and Amy Burke. Trinity has played volleyball for 4 years. She attends KTC for Interactive Media and is on the principal's honor roll. After graduation, Trinity plans on studying culinary arts and business. Ms. Trinity this year. Our next senior is Erica Galvez. Erica is the daughter of Lucas Galvez and Sandra Alvarez. Erica is currently the manager for the team and has played tennis for 4 years and volleyball for 1. Erica also has been in the band for 7 years, which includes the mellophone and French horn. After graduation, Erica plans on attending Southeastern Oklahoma State University and majoring in psychology. Miss Erica Galvez. Our next senior is Leon Hurtado. Diana is the daughter of Ruben and Uriah Hurtado. Diana has played volleyball for 5 years. After graduation, Diana wants to own her own business. Ms. Diana Hurtado. Next, we have Alexandria Lexi Picot. Lexi is the daughter of Paul and Jennifer Picot. Lexi has been a part of the McAlester Volleyball team for 4 years and has been on the varsity team for 2. Lexi also attends KTC for criminal justice and was McAlester Volleyball's 2024 Most Improved Player and is on the superintendent's honor roll. After graduation, Lexi plans on becoming a defense attorney. Miss Lexi Picot. Our next senior is Mona Carmina. Mona is the daughter of Tornston and Suzanne Tormina and is being escorted tonight by her host parents, Jody and Joel Emerson. Mona participated in soccer for a year and volleyball in Germany. Mona has also participated in the drama club and volunteering with children in her church. Mona plans to volunteer in Africa and help with school children after graduation. Miss Mona Tormina. Our last senior this evening is Carly Watkins. Carly is the daughter of Michael and Kira Watkins. Carly's played volleyball for 2 years. She also attends KPC. She is studying counseling, and she is also a member of the Lady Buffs soccer team. After graduation, Carly wants to attend Southeastern Oklahoma State University and get her bachelor's degree. Miss Carly Watkins. Seniors, take all that you have learned and experienced with you, and good luck in your future endeavors. And remember, once a buffalo, always a buffalo. Let's give these seniors a big round of applause for their hard work.
One day in history, someone asked God, give me a home where the Buffalo roam, and thus God made McAlester. It is senior night, and the first game at home at the MAC for the McAlester Lady Buffalo volleyball team as they take on the Seminole Lady Chieftains here at the MAC. Hello and welcome to the McAlester Activity Center in McAlester, Oklahoma, at the side of today's senior night matchup between the Seminole Lady Chieftains and your McAlester Lady Buffaloes. I'm your voice of the Lady Buffaloes, Brandon Green, coming to you live on the McAlester Radio YouTube channel. Thank you for tuning in today. We have one of our three volleyball matches that we'll be having for the volleyball team this season, as the other two will be happening in consecutive weeks. Again, we'll have them again next Tuesday. That will be volleyball versus Tahlequah around 6:30 once more. And then the following Thursday, volleyball against Tulsa Memorial. Now, I believe that Chase McNutt will be on the call for those two games, but if they're not, then you're going to be having me. So hopefully we can do a great job of being able to bring you McAlester volleyball here today as we are going to preview our two teams. Now, here on this senior night, the McAlester Lady Buffaloes did graduate 8 seniors from a season ago, so they are having to definitely bring a level of extra, intensity and focus for this team, because it is a team that's maybe not as experienced as what they had from a year ago. They do have 5 seniors this season, but they graduated the 8, including some big-time players from a year ago. So far this season, they are 0-4, but they've had a stacked schedule. They took on Sapulpa in Sapulpa, lost in straight sets, and then they went over to the Bulldog Classic at Lincoln Christian, where they lost to Oklahoma Christian, a team that I believe is 7-3 on the season, then lost to Lincoln Christian, the host school, and then Booker T, the state runner-ups from a season ago, who is 3-4 on the year. And get this, if you want to know how tough that tournament was over the past weekend, all 4 losses for Booker T on the season came from that tournament, according to OSSAA rankings. Again, they're coming off of a season where last year they were 17-20. They lost to the eventual state runner-ups, Booker T, in straight sets in the regional tournament. They're looking to get back to the state tournament for the first time in a little while, and, of course, get back to where they were just a little bit over the turn of the century, where they were state champions in 2006, and the year before that, state runner-ups in 2005. They're led by head coach Chris Burns. So now we go to the Seminole Lady Chieftains at a Class 4A, led by head coach Stephanie Killian. So last year, the Lady Chieftains went 6-7. So far on the season, they are 0-2. And like McAlester, they have had a very tough schedule to get started off. They took on Sequoia Tahlequah, lost in straight sets, and same way for Shoto Maisie, where they lost 0-2 in the sets 25-9 and 25-8. Between those two teams, they are 10-3 on the year, those opponents. So as they're looking for their first win, so are the McAlester Lady Buffaloes. And not only are these teams looking for their first wins, they're also looking for their first set that they're going to win. Neither team has won a set yet, so they're looking to change that as we are making our way to this senior night for the McAlester Lady Buffaloes. For the Lady Chieftains, they're looking for their first winning season since 2019, where they went 11-10, and they've been getting a little bit better ever since they had a rough year in 2020. They went 3-10 there, won an extra game in 2021, won an extra game in 2022, won an extra game in 2023. They went from 3 wins to 6 wins in the course of 4 seasons, and then last year they were just a win away from being 500. So they look like they're going to try to be coming on the up and up. As for the McAlester Lady Buffaloes, they're looking to start to hit their stride, and this is a good chance for them to be able to get their first win of the year, as they're taking on Seminole, who McAlester has won 3 in a row against. The last time that we played Seminole, that was on August 26, 2023. McAlester won 2-0 in the MacTown Throwdown, winning sets in 25-14 and 25-19. The last win for Seminole, that came on September 22nd, 2020 in straight sets. And that's kind of interesting because McAlester beat them 5 days prior to that loss, 3-1. So now you really know everything you need to know going into tonight for our senior night. Again, this volleyball, softball season that we're bringing you on the airwaves is brought to you by Prime Structures, Portable Buildings, and more. Sam Wampler's Freedom Ford and Loftus Furniture of McAlester. This is Brandon Green bringing you McAlester Volleyball tonight here on your senior night. We will take a break, and when we return, it looks like we're going to get started with our first set here between the McAlester Lady Buffaloes and the Seminole Lady Chieftains here on the McAlester Radio YouTube channel.
Prime Structures is your local manufacturer of portable buildings. From storage sheds, portable garages, and portable barns to custom builds such as chicken coops and greenhouses. Prime Structures is the only one who builds their buildings here in McAlester using local resources and local labor. They also offer metal carports, RV covers, and metal garages. Local ownership with buildings built at McAlester means factory direct pricing for the customer, saving saving you money. Free local delivery is also provided. Prime Structures in McAlester, locally owned by Brent and Alicia Case at 1702 South George 9 Expressway, 918-525-4101. See us on Facebook and Instagram.
Hey guys, it's Sam from Sam Wampler's Freedom Ford in McAlester and Eufaula. With 2 locations to choose from, we have close to 200 vehicles on the ground and coming in. And with vehicles starting at $29.95, we have something for everyone. And if you need parts or service, we are loading up at both locations to serve you better. Plus, with our mobile service van and our pickup and delivery, we can help you with sales and service no matter where you are. So come see us at Sam Wampler's Freedom Ford in McAlester and Eufaula and let us make it happen for you.
Loftus Furniture of McAlester, a proud sponsor of Lady Buffalo Athletics, a family-owned business supporting our McAlester High School sports. Loftus Furniture, 4th-generation business with deep roots in Southeast Oklahoma. One of Southeast Oklahoma's largest furniture stores. 700 East Carl Albert Parkway. The right time, the right place, the right price. Prime Structures is your local manufacturer of portable buildings. From storage sheds, portable garages, and portable barns to custom builds such as chicken coops and greenhouses. Prime Structures is the only one who builds their buildings here in McAlester using local resources and local labor. They also offer metal carports, RV covers, and metal garages. Local ownership with buildings built in McAlester means factory direct pricing for the customer, saving you money. Free local delivery is also provided. Prime Structures in McAlester, locally owned by Brent and Alicia Case at 1702 South George 9 Expressway, 918-525-4101. See us on Facebook and Instagram.
Hey guys, it's Sam from Sam Wampler's Freedom Ford in McAlester and Eufaula. With 2 locations to choose from, we have close to 200 vehicles on the ground and coming in. And with vehicles starting at $29.95, we have something for everyone. And if you need parts or service, we are loading up at both locations to serve you better. Plus, with our mobile service van and our pickup and delivery, we can help you with sales and service no matter where you are. So come see us at Sam Wampler's Freedom Ford in McAlester and Eufaula and let us make it happen for you.
Loftus Furniture of McAlester, a proud sponsor of Lady Buffalo Athletics, a family-owned business supporting our McAlester High School sports. Loftus Furniture, 4th-generation business with deep roots in Southeast Oklahoma, one of Southeast Oklahoma's largest furniture stores. 700 East Carl Albert Parkway. The right time, the right place, the right price.
Welcome back to the McAlester Athletics Center, Activity Center, actually. It's called the MAC here in McAlester, Oklahoma, where it's the first home match for the McAlester Lady Buffaloes volleyball team against the Seminole Lady Chieftains, as both teams are looking for their first win of the season. Now, I wanted to pop in real quick to let you guys know about the broadcast schedule for McAlester varsity softball and volleyball. We do have McAlester volleyball back on the air next week on Tuesday after tonight. That'll be against Tahlequah. Then the following Thursday will be volleyball against Tulsa Memorial. All those games will be on our YouTube channel only. Then we're back with our softball team. Again, it'll be Monday, September 22nd, softball versus Durant. That'll be on KNED, the radio side, 11:50 a.m., 98.3 FM, online at McAlsterRadio.com and the KNED app, as well as the YouTube channel. That'll be at 6 p.m. Again, we've had schedule changes. Now 6 p.m. for the remainder of our broadcasts for McAlester softball. And then the very next day, Tuesday, September 23rd, we have softball against Shawnee. That'll be at 6 p.m. on KND and YouTube. And then for Thursday, October 2nd, what would be senior night, but again, no seniors on the McAlester softball team. That'll be softball against Idabel. That'll be the final home game of the season for McAlester softball. That'll be at 6 p.m. for KNED and also for our YouTube channel as well. And we were just letting know from Derek Hatridge that right now, as we're supposed to be having, I believe it's McAlester softball against Tahlequah today, there is a lightning delay going on right now, and they look like they're not going to start until 7:15, 7:20. So we're going to get started a little bit earlier than that. It looks like we have about a minute and 20 seconds until we get started with our first set here from the MAC. Again, this softball, volleyball season is brought to you by Prime Structures, Portable Buildings, and more, Sam Wampler's Freedom Ford, and Loftus Furniture of McAlester. And for our fans of McAlester football, we will have our first football broadcast outside of Media Day that we had on Saturday. We'll have our first football broadcast. That'll be next Thursday. Coffee with the Coach. If you want to tune in live, you can go to Harbor Mountain Coffee House on 3rd Street over in McAlester. And you can be able to tune in at 8:30. Also, that will be on KNED and the McAlester Radio YouTube channel as well. All getting ready for our first game, Week 0 against Broken Bow, down in Broken Bow. That'll be the very next day. Not this coming up Friday, next Friday. Pre-game show will start at about 6:45, 6:40-ish on KNED. That'll be radio only, and we'll go live on the video stream just about 10 to 15 minutes before kickoff. And same way for the post game. I promise you, you're going to love what we have in store for you from McAlester football this season. Starting off also with the scene setter that you'll be able to find on our social media pages. By the way, follow us on Twitter at Buff Sports Radio. Follow us on Facebook at facebook.com/McAlester Radio. You'll be able to find scene setters, highlight reels, and so much more on our social media pages. But it looks like we have about 5 minutes until this buzzer will sound, and we'll get ready for the first set. Let's take one more commercial break and be right back. You're listening to McAlester Volleyball here on McAlester Radio.
Prime Structures is your local manufacturer of portable buildings. From storage sheds, portable garages, and portable barns to custom builds such as chicken coops and greenhouses. Prime Structures is the only one who builds their buildings here in McAlester using local resources and local labor. They also offer metal carports, RV covers, and metal garages. Local ownership with buildings built in McAlester means factory direct pricing for the customer, saving you money. Free local delivery is also provided. Prime Structures in McAlester, locally owned by Brent and Alicia Case at 1702 South Georgia 9 Expressway, 918-525-4101. See us on Facebook and Instagram.
And welcome back to the MAC here in McAlester, Oklahoma. As it looks like we're about to have our national anthem, we'll send things down to the court, and we'll be starting off with our nation's anthem here in just a moment.
Thank you for coming out tonight as the Buffaloes will be taking on the Seminole Chieftains. Thank you for coming tonight. McAlester Athletics is taking nominations for the McAlester Athletics Hall of Fame. Get nomination forms at the athletic webpage, www.mcalesterathletics.org. The Oklahoma Secondary School Athletic Association and McAlester Public Schools promote good sportsmanship by its student athletes, coaches, and spectators. We request your cooperation by supporting the participants and officials in a positive manner. Spectators are asked to support tonight's game by refraining from derogatory comments or behavior. We ask you to support the competitors, the coaches, and the officials in a positive and sportsmanlike manner. Remember, whether you are on the field or in the stands, be a good sport. Fans, will you please stand? And gentlemen, please remove your hats for the playing of the national anthem. Before the playing of the anthem, we will recognize a moment of silence so that you may reflect, meditate, pray, or engage in another silent activity. We ask that you be respectful to others around you during this moment of silence. Thank you. Now to honor America and our brave women and men serving our country throughout the world, please join us in the playing of our national anthem.
All right, we're about started. We're about ready to get started here at the McAlester Activity Center in McAlester, Oklahoma, a.k.a. the MAC. Let's send it down to our starting lineups.
Our players will be presenting their seniors with a rose of appreciation for their senior year. Senior number 4, Halo Pace.
And what's really cool right here, it looks like our seniors are actually delivering roses to the starting lineups of the other team. So that's starting off with number 4, Halo Pace for Seminole, as well as number 44, Elena Phillips. Number 2, Mallory Hare.
Senior number 28, Tinley Zilsbury.
And number 28, Tinley Salisbury. That's pretty neat. Again, this McAlester seniors delivering roses to the starting lineup of the other team, the Seminole Lady Chieftains, here today.
The rest of the Seminole starting lineup is Lindsay Phillips, number 31.
The rest of our starting lineup here, Lindsay Phillips, number 31. Tava Stewart, number 3. And I believe Mia Fabre is also starting for the Seminole Lady Chieftains. Yes, we're about ready to play ball here. Once again, the starting lineup for McAlester. We have Trinity Bashirs, Berkeley Roberts, Lexi Pico, Tinley Morgan, Kylie Swing, Chevy Dotson, and Dallas Calderon. I am Brandon Green, your voice of Lady Buffaloes here tonight as we're about ready to get started here between the McAlester Lady Buffaloes and the Seminole. Someone ended up hitting our camera there. Come on, man. And the Seminole Lady Chieftains. All right, so yes, we do have 2 different cameras here today. It's going to be a pretty cool setup here. We'll be switching back and forth as we go. Again, as we're just about ready to go, the McAlester Lady Buffaloes will be set up on the right side of the net on your TV screens, phone screens. Lady Chieftains will be on the left side. Once more, the McAlester Lady Buffaloes led by head coach Chris Burns. For the Sapulpa Seminole Lady Chieftains, they'll be led by Stephanie Killian. Again, McAlester did play Sapulpa. That was in their season opener. They're looking for their first set that they can win. Again, neither team has won a set yet, but they've also taken on incredibly tough competition. So whoever can win here today may be able to take some momentum as we get further into August, then into September, a little bit closer towards the regional tournament. Once again, this season brought to you by Prime Structures, Portable Buildings, and more, Sam Wampler's Freedom Ford, and Loftus Furniture of McAlester. About to begin the first set here. Both teams have broken the huddle. As we're sorting out some things real quickly here. Once again, if you haven't caught us, we have 3 volleyball matches that we will be having this season. This is the first of 3 on McAlester Radio. So serving first will be Kylie Swing for the McAlester Lady Buffaloes. McAlester getting ready for service here for set one. I think the Buffaloes have won 3 in a row against Seminole. The last win for the Lady Chieftains came back in 2020. And that was 5 days after McAlester beat them 3-1. The swing, serves, and we're underway here at McAlester. And no one was ready for it after number 44, Elena Phillips, was able to knock it up in the air. She didn't get any help, and here early, the McAlester Lady Buffaloes take a 1-0 lead in set number 1. So swing will continue after there's the ace. The second one dribbles over the net. It is returned. Did it land inside? Yes, it did. There's a point for the Lady Chieftains. So here early, we're knotted up 1-1 as now service goes to the Lady Chieftains and number 4, Halo Pace. There's a serve over the top, and this is going to be knocked back into play. There's the third hit across the net, over across the line, and it will not be taken. As the nearest one in the vicinity looked like a 31 in Lindsey Phillips, but McAlester ends up taking a 2-1 lead, and the service goes back to them right to left. With the Mallory Hare across the net, towards the net, over the net now as there's a set, the spike. It'll be saved, and Seminole pushes it back over. Point continues. There's a little dink from number 31, Dallas Calderon. And awaiting the block was a Lady Buffalo. Instead, that one goes out of play, and McAlester takes another point after a nice volley. Setting up for that block was Chevy Dotson. Here we go again with Berkeley Roberts, and this one's a little long. So on the service, a little bit long there from Berkeley Roberts. McAlester currently with a 3-2 lead here in set number 1. And we'll have our first sub as coming in as number 12, Lainey Griffith. She'll check in for Seminole's Mallory Hare. Stewart with the serve. Left to right, and this will be an ace as this one goes sailing towards the Herd student section. And we're tied up here in set number 1, 3-3. Had a couple of aces, one by each team so far. And Tava Stewart will once again serve it left to right. As this one lands in the back left corner for another ace. Back-to-back aces here for Tava Stewart. And the lead is now 4-3 here in set 1 for the Lady Chieftains. A well-placed ball right in the back left corner. Stewart now ranges over to her, left a little bit more to be able to serve from that'd be the back right corner here. And here's a third consecutive serve. This one will be returned. The set, the kill attempt, and it is in! Right along the backside for number 6, Tinley Morgan, I believe, with the spike and the kill. The freshman showing off there with a bit of strength to tie this one up 4-4. As McAlester is tied up in set number 1. Getting ready to serve will be Dallas Calderon, the junior. This one's over the top. There's the bump, set, return. Calderon knocks it up in the air. Now a pushover by number 12, Kylie Swing. There's a little dink. That's hit twice. They need a third time. McAlester does get it over. Here's the spike attempt over towards the back line, and that one will fall for a point for the Lady Chieftains, right past the diving number 2, Berkeley Roberts. And just like that, Seminole retakes the lead here in set number 1, 5-4. Now, Mia Fabry will serve. That one's hit in the air by Tinley Morgan, and McAlester with a little bit of trouble here. Their third time to hit it over. Will it cross? No. There's hit number 4. And that'll be point number 6 here in the first set for Seminole with a 6-4 lead here currently. Mia Fabry. Once again, runs up and serves it towards the back line. Did it land in? It did. There's another ace. So far, Seminole has been living on some aces here. Like they're playing in a card deck. It is 7-4. Scoreboard shows 6-5 here, but it is 7-4. That should be a Seminole point. As there's another ace. A third one here, if I'm not mistaken, for Fabry, number 27, to make the score 8-4. Scoreboard shows 7-5, but I have it as 8-4. There's another serve. This one hit up, and there's miscommunication between Roberts and Swing, and it fell right between the two of them. There's another ace as the score goes to 9-4, but this doesn't change. By the time that we have a timeout or something here, I might just change it back to that score that we have on the screen. And this one goes a little bit far, and McAlester will finally get to change the other side of the net here. Now it's now 9-5. McAlester down by 4 points. Wanted to go on a run of their own. Chevy Dotson will prepare to serve for the McAlester Lady Buffaloes.
Chevy Dotson next. Serve for McAlester.
Lady Buffs down 9-5. With the southpaw serve, this one lobs over. Hit up by Griffith. Griffith tries to get it over, and it hits the middle of the net, and McAlester gets back-to-back points here. Trailing now by 3, 9-6. So a second consecutive serve here for Dotson. Dotson with the left-handed serve. There's an ace. Well-placed ball right in front of the diving number 31, Lindsey Phillips. And Dotson has been able to bring this a little closer to 9-7 now. Dotson serves again. Goes after Phillips once more. There's the return over the net. Bump, set, spike, kill! Tinley Morgan, the freshman, with her second kill of the set. And now McAlester down by 1, 9-8. As this service continues for the Lady Buffaloes. Here we go again. And there's a nice save towards the line. Can they get it over? They do. What a play by Seminole. And they end up winning the point. Or was that? No, they don't. What a save by the Lady Buffaloes. Thought that might have been hit number 4, but they'll keep this one alive. A little pushover. They'll get it back. There's hit 1, 2. Morgan again. She can't find open real estate on the other side of the net. There's the dink from the Lady Chieftains. Ball near the net, and nice rally, but it does fall for Seminole. At first, I thought that was the 4th hit. But if I'm not mistaken, that might have been number 6 for McAlester Tinley Morgan to try to keep that point alive. But eventually, Seminole does win it to go up 10-8 here in the first set. Phillips with the serve. There's the set. And the push over by number 12, Kylie Swing. There's another spike attempt. There's the bump and the push over. And this is going to be knocked out of bounds along the near side. Diving after it was Tava Stewart, and McAlester gets the serve right back. It goes to 10-9. McAlester trailing by 1 to the Lady Chieftains. And with the serve, Tinley Morgan. All the way towards the back line. It's hit once, and then no one can chase out after it. McAlster's come back to tie this set up. 10-10 on the ace from Tinley Morgan, who the freshman already having herself a pretty good night here on senior night. She is the only starting freshman on the team. Once again with the serve from the freshman all the way to the back line. There's a dink over. Hit up by Peacoat. Spike attempt from the far side. Seminole works it back over. Peacoat. The set and the spike. This one will be hit in the air for the moment. And they'll be able to return. Another spike attempt this time from Morgan, but this one hits the middle of the net. And retaking the lead here, Seminole 11-10. McAlester has not had a sub yet. For Seminole, they've had one. And there comes another one. Back into the game is Mallory Hare. She comes right back into the match. She will be the lady to serve for the Lady Chieftains. Goes to the near line. And there's the push from Dotson. The set and the kill attempt will go to the back line. There's a Another return here for the Lady Buffaloes, and a nice spike and the kill from number 1, Trinity Bashirs. The senior on senior night ties it up. 11 all here in the first set. Had a pretty nice first set, and here's going to be a sub. After Bashirs gets the kill, checking in for her will be Dallas Calderon back into the match. Serving will be Lexi Peacoat, the senior. Peacoat to the back line. This one's knocked back behind that back line. Here's the third hit. That will be over the net. Here's a nice setup of this. This will go to the top of the net on the attempt from Berkeley Roberts. Seminole back on top right now, 12-11, and they get the service back. Pico to a knee, is able to get it in the air, but treble on the right side of the net for the Lady Buffaloes leads this to a 13-11 lead for Seminole. Looks like with the service here is Elena Phillips. Brings a little bit of velocity to the back line. Hit by Peacoat. And Morgan tries to spike. Hit up in the air. Back to the back line. That one's too far, and McAlester will take that point. A little too long. McAlester brings this back to a point difference, 13-12. Kylie Swing now with the service. There's Hare. Did the far line. A block at the net. The set and the spike towards the backside. Saved by a Lady Chieftain. And a point for McAlester as they tie it up again, 13-13. Kylie Swing again, the junior, number 12. With the service from the back right. With the right-hand serve, this one's well placed. They had to get it over the net on that hit. A quick push back over by the Lady Buffaloes. Spike attempt and the block. Now they get it back over. Peacoat's able to get it in the air. The set, the kill attempt, diving stop. They're able to get it back over. Peacoat. High set. Spike here to the back corner. That one's going to go too wide. Berkeley Roberts tried finding the back right corner. A little too long, and Seminole retakes the lead 14-13 in what has been a fantastic first set here. Seminole's had the lead for a majority of this first set, and is now serving his halo pace. And it's going to immediately go straight into the net as McAlester ties it up once more. 14 all. Back to the serve, Berkeley Roberts, the sophomore for McAlester. Roberts with the soft push. There's the spike attempt to the back line, and it just gets past the hit of Berkeley Roberts as it goes further towards that tunnel. Now the score goes 15-14 advantage Seminole. We're just going back and forth here, but McAlester hasn't really been able to take the lead since they had it early on in this set. Now Tava Stewart, I believe, is on the serve. Yes, it is, from the near side. Peacoat dives after it, is able to get it over the net. There's the push. And there's another dink here for number 31, Calderon. Now in comes the freshman to be able to knock that over. Now it's Seminole's turn. Block at the net! And there was interference there for number 19, Chevy Dotson of McAlester, so the point will go to Seminole, who now leads 16-14. Stewart. And that one's way too far, right towards the Herd student section, which pretty good showing out here for the Herd today. So McAlester Lady Buffaloes bring it to 16-15 here in set number one. As Calderon will be ready to do service for the second time here in this first set. This will be trouble for Seminole. They do get it over. Morgan hits it up. She'll get prepared for the spike, but she hits it straight to the net. Rejected back into her. And the score goes to 17-15. Seminole with a 2-point advantage here. We've been tied a few times since McAlester lost the lead early in the set. As this one's hit awkwardly off the hands of number 27, Mia Fabry, who was doing so well with her serves earlier. which rattled off 5 consecutive points and really gave Seminole their cushion here in the first set, but that time a little bit awkward off the hand. Now Dotson with the serve, right towards the middle. This will have to be pushed over. Roberts over to Morgan. Seminole will return. There's the set. Peacoat gets it over. The set for the middle. There's a nice save by Roberts. The set and the spike. Back towards the net. On the second hit, it'll go over towards the scoreboard here. Now here's Morgan, a second chance. Finds open real estate, and she scores with a kill. Tie game again. Tinley Morgan with her third kill of the set. And it's 17-17. Freshman showing out here. McAlester once again trying to get the lead. The serve from Dotson, and they will take it here. 18-17 on the ace from Chevy Dotson. Finally able to break through. Dotson will have her third consecutive serve. From right to left. Dotson prepares, and this time cannot. She tried to squeak it over the very top of the net, tried to lay it in. Unfortunately, it does not dribble over, and we have a tie set once more at 18-18. Whoever wins this set will win their first set of the season. Phillips to the middle. Pico into the air. Quick push by Dotson. The set, the kill attempt to the back line. It will land right in front of that white line, and Seminole retakes the lead with a quick 2 back-to-back points here. And it's 19-18. Phillips once again serves from the near corner, and this one goes sailing straight into the middle of the net. We're tied up again, 19-19. And for anyone that might be tuning in for the first time to a volleyball coverage, you have to win a set by 2. McAllister's Tinley Morgan, who's had 3 kills in this set alone, serves, dials it up towards the back right corner, hit into the air. There's the third one, all the way to the back line. Morgan into the air. The set, and getting it over will be Bashirs, and Bashirs finds, once again, an open patch of real estate in the back left corner. McAlester takes the lead 20-19. We keep on going back and forth like a boxing match here in set number 1. Morgan looks to keep it rolling. A high arcing set that will go to the back line. That'll be hit up by Phillips, and this one won't go over either as McAlester takes a 2-point lead. 21-19. I'll tell you what, McAlester and Coach Chris Burns got to be really excited about Tinley Morgan and her future here at McAlester. Skin over the net. And then miscommunication for Seminole this time as things are starting to roll McAllister's way. Halo pace. Kind of let that fall in front of her about a good 2 or 3 feet in front of her. 22-19 lead for McAlester. Morgan again. This one to the back line. Hit into the air by Stewart. If she let that go, that might have gone over the line. Regardless, this one does, and the service for McAllister comes to an end. Kylie's swing couldn't keep it along that far side. And it's now 20-22. Lainey Griffith now. Believe her first serve for the Lady Chieftains, 22-20. And immediately straight to the net. That's been the third time, I believe, this set that it's happened for the Seminole Lady Chieftains where they've had a serve goes directly into the netting. Now Pico with a chance to get a couple of consecutive points here to take the first set of the season for McAllister, 23-20. The senior here on her senior night delivers, and she crossed the line. Crossed the line on the serve, and the point will go to the Lady Chieftains, 23-21. Now it's number 44, Phillips. to Pico. Into the air, the set. Swing to the back left corner. She'll get it in. And it's now 24-21. McAlester 1 point away. Hit it where they ain't. Kylie Swing. McAlester with the set point here. Swing. Service. Here's the third hit coming from the Lady Chieftains, and it finds an open patch. And this one will continue. 24-22 past the diving. Tinley Morgan. Still set point for the Lady Buffaloes. Pace deals to Pico. The set. The push right to the edge of the logo, and McAlester wins set number 1, 25-22. The McAlester Lady Buffaloes down for a majority of the set. Came battling back. They win their first set of the season. 25-22 is the score. We'll take a commercial break, and we'll be back in just a moment as McAlester will be returning here in just a second on McAlester Radio YouTube channel.
Hey guys, it's Sam from Sam Wampler's Freedom Ford in McAlester and Eufaula. With 2 locations to choose from, we have close to 200 vehicles on the ground and coming in. And with vehicles starting at $29.95, we have something for everyone. And if you need parts or service, we are loading up at both locations to serve you better. Plus, with our mobile service van and our pickup and delivery, we can help you with sales and service no matter where you are. So come see us at Sam Wampler's Freedom Ford in McAlester and Eufaula and let us make it happen for you.
Loftus Furniture of McAlester, a proud sponsor of Lady Buffalo Athletics, a family-owned business supporting our McAlester High School sports. Loftus Furniture, 4th-generation business with deep roots in Southeast Oklahoma. One of Southeast Oklahoma's largest furniture stores. 700 East Carl Albert Parkway. The right time, the right place, the right price. Prime Structures is your local manufacturer of portable buildings. From storage sheds, portable garages, and portable barns to custom builds such as chicken coops and greenhouses. Prime Structures is the only one who builds their buildings here in McAlester using local resources and local labor. They also offer metal carports, RV covers, and metal garages. Local ownership with buildings built in McAlester means factory direct pricing for the customer, saving you money. Free local delivery is also provided. Prime Structures in McAlester, locally owned by Brent and Alicia Case at 1702 South George 9 Expressway, 918-525-4101. See us on Facebook and Instagram.
So the McAlester Lady Buffaloes take the first set 25-22 over the Seminole Lady Chieftains. Seminole was in control for a majority of that first set, but McAlester, the tenacity and the resilience to come back in the later half of the set to be able to take a lead, maintain it. They win 25-22 as we're about to begin set number 2 here. Again, I'm kind of running things myself here, so if you see me stutter at times or whatever, I'm getting things set up on the video stream. I'm running that as well as the camera here today, so I hope you guys enjoyed the second camera angle as we are bringing you this first of 3 volleyball matches that we'll be bringing you here in the 2025 season. This season brought to you by Prime Structures, Portable Buildings, and more. Sam Wampler's Freedom Ford and Loftus Furniture at McAlester. Thank you guys for putting us on the air tonight and all softball, volleyball season long. So McAlester with the 1-0 lead here as we're about to begin set number 2. And serving for Seminole, as there's the buzzer, will be number 4, Halo Pace. And we're just waiting for the scoreboard to reset. There's the whistle. And here comes the first serve of set 2 for Seminole and Pace. Straight to the back left corner, almost onto the line, but a little too wide as McAlester gets the first point. So Kylie Swing will serve for McAlester. Junior for the Lady Buffaloes. Her serve goes to the back left corner. The set and the spike will go too far, and luckily for McAlester, going after it was Morgan. She kind of laughs there a little bit, says, I meant to do that. I meant to miss. It's point number 2 for McAlester. Again, Swing will do the honors from the back right corner. And there's the ace. Nothing but hardwood. There from Kylie Swing makes us 3-0. And she says, I kind of like this service thing. I want to do it some more. Here's her third in a row. I say that. There's the ultimate jinx. Goes straight into the net. And that'll be point number 1 for Seminole here in set number 2. 3-1 is our score. So Stewart back to serve. That's, I believe, Tava Stewart for Seminole. Just outside your screen. And she gets the ace right in return. Right between a couple of Lady Buffaloes in the backcourt there, as it makes it 3-2. Well, the first set was a game that was heavily determined on the serve. Sometimes we had aces, sometimes we just had balls going right into the net, as this one goes sailing towards Coach Burns on the volley, and the set quickly ties up 3-3. Now it's Stewart's turn to do a little damage to the Lady Buffaloes. The volley once more with the serve. Peacoat into the air, high bounce. They got to get this one over and do so towards the middle of the box. Set, now Seminole got to return, and they do. Morgan into the air for Roberts. Roberts. Watch this one come right back over to the Lady Buffaloes. The set, Roberts again to the backside. Still to the backside. Can they get it over on this third attempt? What a hit. Peacoat gets it up in the air, though. Here's the set. The kill attempt towards the bottom, and Seminole can't save it with the kill. Dallas Calderon, and McAlester takes a 4-3 lead here in set number 2. That was a nice rally by our two teams here tonight. And now serving will be Berkeley Roberts, who a couple of times had a chance to be able to end that point. Right towards the middle. There's the serve. Just over the net. Nice placement. This goes to the back corner. And Seminole can't return it back in play. It's McAlester taking a 5-3 lead here in set 2. That one just barely above the netting on the serve. Here's another one from Roberts. This one's returned. Roberts into the air. The set. And Calderon to the back line. High into the air. The return. And miscommunication again near the backside. Peacoat and Roberts both kind of hesitant to go after the ball. It leads to a point for Seminole to make it 5-4. All the way back about as far as she can go is number 27, Mia Fabry. She services, and a quick touch over the net. And the score, it was either number 44, Elena Phillips, or number 12, Lainey Griffith, that led to that point. It's now 5-5. Just a quick flick of the wrist makes it 5-5. And substituting in number 24, Diana Hurtado, her first action today. 5-5 our score with the approach and the serve. This one won't get over the net. Seminoles had some problems with that today. Really hurt them back in set 1. And right back into the game, Trinity Bashirs, the senior. Checking in for Calderon. I take that back. Calderon is serving. Tries going to the left side. Nice placement. The Seminole looks like they'll be able to get this one over, but not in. McAlester taking a 2-point advantage here in the second set. 7-5. See where Calderon aims now. Sticks with the left side, not closer towards the line, though. And here's nice placement in the middle, right along the front. I believe that's the center, number 4, Halo Pace. There they'll end up getting the point as McAlester now leads 7-6. Phillips serves just over the net. Into the air. No one's there. After the set attempt from Kylie Swing, it wasn't high into the air. She just was able to kind of get a hand on it. Not a lot of air time. McAlester couldn't catch up. 7-7. Second set going a lot like the first. This one directly to Peacoat on the back line. On the second hit, it will cross the netting. Here's the push. Bump. Set. Morgan again. Taps it over! Everyone was expecting the hammer. Instead, she lays it over. And McAlester will take an 8-7 lead. Have yourself a night, Tinley Morgan. Now it'll be Chevy Dotson with the serve. McAlester up 8-7 here in set number 2. Dotson with the southpaw approach. Cannot get it over the net. And we're tied back up 8-8. And both teams coming off of a decent season. Again, for the Lady Chieftains, it was their best season since their last winning season back in 2019. They were just one game away from being 500. McAlester was 17-20, but they were beating some really good teams from a year ago. As that one hits the bottom of the net on the serve attempt from Mallory Hare. So back-to-back service errors from McAlester and then Seminole as McAlester retakes lead 9-8. Now Tinley Morgan. The serve, a high arc. On the first hit, it will go over. Peacoat gets it in the air. The set. And a little backhanded return will land on top of the McAlester logo. Coming in, have yourself a senior moment here. Diana Hurtado. That'll make it 10-8. Tinley Morgan, second consecutive serve here. Another arc towards the backside. The set, the push, Peacoat. There with the volley. Return towards left side. Second hit, here's the third towards the middle. Hit up by Hurtado. On the back line, Morgan. Sets and the push. The volley will continue. Big spike, hit in the back by Morgan. The push up for Hurtado. She'll shove it over. And this point continues until we have another violation here from the Seminole Lady Chieftains. Going over the net was number 4, Halo Pace. And McAlester takes an 11-8 lead. Tinley Morgan will continue to serve. Listen to the back again. And there's the push. A dive by Peacoat, and it can't get over the netting. In fact, it goes under. And that'll make the score now 9-11. Advantage McAlester. Alana Phillips, once again, another service error. That has been the name of the game so far. Seminoles not helping themselves out at all. McAlester will say, hey, thank you for the gift. Now Lexi Peacoat, who was an all-tournament team selection over at the Lincoln Christian Bulldog Classic, will do the service, and this one will be an ace. Coming in hot for number 2, Mallory Hare. And she couldn't do anything but knock that backwards. McAlester with a 13-9 lead. Again, Peacoat, a little bit of velocity, a little bit of mustard. This one will be hit over. And the point by number 31, Dallas Calderon. Now make it 14-9. Peacoat again towards the back right corner. Hit by Hare. A diving stop. They do get it over. Peacoat wants it. Sets it up for Hurtado. Hurtado to the back right line. Here's the return that won't cross the net. McAlester dominating the second set after struggling in the first. Still ended up winning that first set, 25-22. Fabry could not get that one over the line, and Peacoat will continue to serve with a jump, and this time she does once again have the service error. That's the second time tonight that Peacoat has crossed that back line, and that makes it 15-10. There's a serve, and that one is another service error by the Lady Chieftains. I think that at least this set alone, they have given McAlester 3 or 4 points. The difference in this right now is 16-10. Swing, gets it to a diving Lady Chieftain. With a push over towards the back. The set, Hurtado to the backside. Hit up by Phillips. Now the kill attempt blocked at the net. From the back right side, looked like it was Chevy Dotson with the block. The set, the spike, the kill. Speaking of having a great night, Dallas Calderon, I hope I'm saying your name right. Again, this is my first time to be able to cover McAlester volleyball, but that makes it 17-10 here. As there's a nice return by the Lady Chieftains. Swing, sets up Hurtado. The kill will land. Nice placement by the senior. Diana Hurtado has had a good night too. Makes it 18-10. Again, after trailing for most of the first set, but coming back and winning it, McAlester is owning the second one, 18-10. Swing. Swings it over the net. There's the push. Over to Swing. Hurtado towards the back line. Will it land? No, it will not. Just past that back line, and that will end the service for Swing and the McAlester Lady Buffaloes, sending it back over to the Lady Chieftains, 18-11. Tava Stewart will send it over left to right. Well, they'll try to. Another service error. McAlester will take that wrapped in a black and gold bow. 19-11 is the score. And now for the first time today, it'll be Diana Hurtado, the senior, getting to serve. The back right. Hurtado goes to the left side. Nice return. Peacoat. There's the set. Morgan to the backside. Nice save up there by number 44, Alana Phillips. Now the return. Hurtado sets up Morgan again. Morgan, opposite of the court. Diving stop. Seminole gets it back over. Here's a nice volley. They got to get it over on this side. McAlester does push it over. Back to the other side, and it will land. It lands just on that right line. And what was a nice volley between the two teams ends in a point for the Lady Chieftains, 19-12. There's the serve. Peacoat to Morgan. And it's Calderon that gets it over. The set. The push. Peacoat. Nice save. Up for Morgan. Morgan dribbles it over the net. The set. And the spike. That one dribbles over the net. Nice diving stop by Hurtado. Peacoat with the push. Tries to find an open spot. Cannot do so. Got to get this over, and they don't do so. With the attempt was number 12, Elaney Griffith. Got too much leather at the top of that net. Gives McAlester a 20-12 advantage. Calderon from the back left. There's the serve. There's a push to the back line. Hits it off the palm as Hurtado, who's had a great night, just that time, just a little bit of a misplay of the ball. We'll see that one go underneath the netting and make this 20-13. Now Lindsay Phillips will serve. From her back right, all the way to the back line, Hurtado into the air. Peacoat gets a little bit further up and gives McAlester a chance here. And they do return. Sending it back, a high bounce from Swing. The set, the push by Bashirs. This one won't land. Point continues. Here's the third attempt for Morgan. Morgan with the spike. What a spot! Man, Tinley Morgan. Cold-blooded killer tonight at the MAC. 21-13. There's another kill for the freshman. And now going in to serve is number 18. First action today for Carly Watkins. Senior from McAlester. There's the serve. Nearly an ace. There's the set. And the return that will go way too far. And McAlester gets the point. And they go up by commanding 9 points here, 22-13. And looks like we're going to be having a timeout called by Seminole and their head coach, Stephanie Killian. We'll take that timeout with them. You're listening to McAlester Volleyball here on your home for McAlester Volleyball, the McAlester Radio YouTube channel.
Hey guys, it's Sam from St. Walter's Freedom Ford in McAlester and Eufaula. With 2 locations to choose from, we have close to 200 vehicles on the ground and coming in. And with vehicles starting at $29.95, we have something for everyone. And if you need parts or service, we are loading up at both locations to serve you better. Plus, with our mobile service van and our pickup and delivery, we can help you with sales and service no matter where you are. So come see us at St. Walter's Freedom Ford in McAlester and Eufaula and let us make it happen for you.
Welcome back to the MAC. McAlester having a commanding 22-13 lead. I mentioned it. Whoever could win that first set could really take a lot of momentum, not just through the rest of this match, but maybe into the later parts of August. And so far, that's been the case. McAlester won a close 25-22 first set where they trailed for the majority of it. In this second set, it has been easy peasy for them so far. Carly Watkins will try to get this one over, and that one's just hit awkwardly off of her hand. And there's the old announcer jinx. And that makes it 22-14, but no harm, no foul here for McAlester as they still lead by, like I said, a commanding 8 points. Really what's been in Seminole's way has been the service. That has been the problem, their serves today. A lot of service errors. Lainey Griffith get ready to do the serve. They just got to get it over the net. They've been doing a pretty good job of actually being able to volley here. This one does go over, and there'll be... Trying to see what that was. Whatever it was, we will reserve. Lainey Griffith once again will have our second serve. In 22-14 here in set number 2. This one once again gets over. Hurtado. There's the set. Morgan from the other side. That one goes all the way to the back corner, and it will not be returned. 23-14, McAlester 2 points away from taking set number 2. McAllister's only had one match so far this year that wasn't tournament play, so this is only the second match of the season where, you have to win with your third set here. But this is set number 2, leading 23-14, and Morgan hasn't made a lot of errors tonight, but that one just not enough oomph. And the service error makes this 23-15. So the serve goes to Alana Phillips of Seminole. McAlester trying to win their 4th match in a row against the Lady Chieftains. This serve goes to the backside, swing, sets it up for Bashirs. Bashirs with the kill attempt, saved by the Lady Chieftains. There's the kill attempt from the Lady Chieftains that goes way too far past that back right corner. And McAlester now has set point here, 24-15. So trying to end it once more will be Lexi Peacoat. McAlester student section on their feet. Clapping for Peacoat here. Trying to win their 2nd consecutive set. Peacoat approaches. There's the serve. And did she cross that line again? That one was close though. I didn't think she crossed on that time, but they're going to say that's once again a violation here for Lexi Peacoat that makes this 24-16. I thought their toes were behind the line. At least that's what I think that they called. Regardless, it is 24-16. Pace does deliver, and that one's too far. Didn't matter. McAlester wins the set. They win at 25-16. They go up the commanding 2-0 in this match. Looking to end things here when we come back in 3 minutes. Again, McAlester leading 2-0 as we're about to begin set number 3 here on senior night here at the MAC. You're listening to McAlester Volleyball here on McAlester Radio.
Loftus Furniture of McAlester, a proud sponsor of Lady Buffalo Athletics, a family-owned business supporting our McAlester High School sports. Loftus Furniture, 4th-generation business with deep roots in Southeast Oklahoma. One of Southeast Oklahoma's largest furniture stores. 700 East Carl Albert Parkway. The right time, the right place, the right price. Prime Structures is your local manufacturer of portable buildings. From storage sheds, portable garages, and portable barns to custom builds such as chicken coops and greenhouses. Prime Structures is the only one who builds their buildings here in McAlester using local resources and local labor. They also offer metal carports, RV covers, and metal garages. Local ownership with buildings built in McAlester means factory direct pricing for the customer, saving you money. Free local delivery is also provided. Prime Structures in McAlester, locally owned by Brent and Alicia Case at 1702 South George 9 Expressway, 918-525-4101. See us on Facebook and Instagram.
Hey guys, it's Sam from St. Walter's Freedom Ford in McAlester and Eufaula. With 2 locations to choose from, we have close to 200 vehicles on the ground and coming in. And with vehicles starting at $29.95, we have something for everyone. And if you need parts or service, we are loading up at both locations to serve you better. Plus, with our mobile service van and our pickup and delivery, we can help you with sales and service no matter where you are. So come see us at St. Walter's Freedom Ford in McAlester and Eufaula and let us make it happen for you.
Welcome back to McAlester Radio's coverage of McAlester Volleyball, where the McAlester Lady Buffaloes have won their first 2 sets of the season, and they lead 2-0 over the Seminole Lady Chieftains. McAlester looking to win their 4th consecutive match over the Seminole Lady Chieftains as we begin set number 3. And we'll have a violation here on Seminole, and that will lead to points for McAlester. Well, rather a point, as they once again, for the 3rd consecutive set, take the lead here. With the serve will be number 12, Kylie Swing, the junior. And that's a nice velocity on the serve. Seminole scrambling, they will get it back over. Morgan to Swing. The kill attempt, did it go too far? Yes, it did, and it was not touched either. Trying to go with a big hit with sophomore Hadley Robbins. And this 3rd set will tie up 1-1. McAllister's got plenty of breathing room here, but really what was impressing me was their first set and the fact that they were able to be resilient, be able to battle back after trailing most of the first set. A lot of self-inflicted wounds there too. But Seminole trying to battle back from having a lot of their own. To Peacoat on the serve. Swing. Sets up Calderon, who gets it over. There's the set and the push. Quick push. Hit by Swing. Peacoat sets up Robbins nicely. And Seminole will return. Back to Peacoat. The set by Swing. Robbins, the push. Finds real estate. McAlester scores 2-1. Sometimes you don't need the big pound of the fist. Sometimes you just need to be able to find that open space to try to get it to where the 6 ain't. And that time, nearly doing it was Morgan. But instead, there's the score from Seminole to make this 2-2. Now, I'm sure what Coach Stephanie Killian of Seminole told her ladies, you got to just be able to get it over the net. Well, that's what really hurt them in the second set. If they didn't have all the service errors, it was going to be a lot closer match as that one, or rather, a lot closer set as that one is, again, hit off awkwardly of Tinley Morgan. And this is the first lead for Seminole in I feel like quite a while. I think since their first set, it's now 3-2. On the ace from Stewart. And this time it does not cross the net. It's another service error directly after the ace, making it 3-3. So Dallas Calderon, junior, high arc, the back line, scrambling a little bit there. They have to get it over as it touches line, pushing, or rather the net pushing it over. Now there will be, let's see what the issue is here. It looks like there's going to be a violation on Seminole. Looked like it was on number 31, Calderon. She might have made contact with the McAlester Lady Buffalo underneath the net, which led to a point for McAlester. It's now 4-3. Calderon from the back left corner once again serve. all the way to the opposite side. It goes too long, and we're tied up 4-4 on the service error from the junior. So now 4-4. Mia Fabry will go as far as the MAC will allow her to go. Approaches, drives it to Morgan. Nice return coming up. There's the push and some contact made as tripping over her own lady was number 1 Trinity Bashirs. And in return, that return went sailing too wide. Now 5-4 Seminole with the lead. The thing is, Seminole has been playing well enough, if you don't count the service errors, to be able to come back and win this. As there's the ace. Pico, again, sometimes you just got to take your chances. That one off of the line, and it makes it 6-4. Another ace here. That time from Mia Fabry. McAlester still has to finish the job. Fabry to the back corner, and this one will go way too wide, and McAlester is down by 1 again, 6-5. So Chevy Dotson is back to serve. She'll take her spot along the left side. Back-to-back junior serving for the McAlester Lady Buffaloes. There's the soft touch with the serve. And there is the return from number 1, Trinity Bashirs. Now the spike attempt, and it will land. The kill from number 44, Elena Phillips. Now make it a 7-5 set. Again, McAlester leading 2-0 after a 25-22 first set, 25-16 second set, currently trailing by 2 here in this third set. And what McAllister's hoping is their final. Service from Lindsay Phillips. There's the spike, and it goes too wide. Kylie Swing was looking to make it land on the back line. Instead, it makes it 8-5. So Lindsay Phillips with another serve here. And this one, again, she just kind of hit it awkwardly. Leads to another service error. McAlester uses their second one here of the set to make it 8-6. That'll be Tinley Morgan. Now, this is where McAlester really started to get their groove in the second set. She was able to get a few serves in a row with just herself. This one's lobbed over towards that left line. There's the set. Got to get it over and do so. The back line setting up to the middle, the center. It's able to find the arms of Fabry. There's Pico flying in, setting up her lady nicely. There's the block over, and there will be a score for McAllister. There's the violation, the net violation on Lainey Griffith, it looked like. McAlester now is down by 1, 8-7. So again, it will be Tinley Morgan serving for the black and gold. As that one never stood a chance. That one way too far, way too strong, and it's now 9-7. Seminole with the advantage here in this third set. Serving for the first time in what seems like a while is Mallory Hare. It is a nice serve, and McAlester quickly pushes it back over, and there'll be another violation on McAlester on the push attempt there from a Lady Buffalo, and it makes it 10-7. This is the most that they trailed by in a set since the first set, around this point in it. Aragon will serve middle left, and that one will sail wide right. Makes it 10-8. Dallas called her run back into the game for the McAlester Lady Buffaloes. Lexi Pico will serve. And another violation on Pico. That is the fourth one of the match on her, which is very uncharacteristic of Lexi Pico. That now makes it 11-8. And she was an all-tournament team selection over there at the Lincoln Christian Bulldog Classic. Just not very common there for Pico, it feels like. There's the serve from the Lady Chieftains as it gets back over to their side of the netting. They return. Pico hits it, sets up number 2 Roberts, who again hit it off of what she was saying was her forearm. McAllister's now down 12-8. I think this is tied for their largest deficit of the match, 12-8. Pico. The set, the spike. It will be returned. A quick push. Pico gets it to the middle. Second chance for Roberts. The diving hit. The kill will not come to fruition. Roberts sails it back over. There's the push. Pico on a nice volley. Setting up Calderon. Calderon tries pushing it to the back right side, and it goes landing on top of that new Buffalo logo. It's now 13-8. So just as McAlester dominated the second set, seems like Seminole is starting to do the same here in set number 3. That's a nice serve, barely getting over the top of the net. Hits off the top of the net. There's the set. Swing kind of wasn't ready, but still is able to get it over. The set, the spike. Pico saves it. The set and the spike from Roberts. They're still trying to get it over, and they do so. And there comes the push from the back. This rally is continuing. There's the push from Seminole. Pico sets up Morgan. Morgan to the back line. Nice volley we got going on here. Pico again sets up Morgan from the middle. Can't get the kill. There it is. Once again, trying to dive and save it was Elena Phillips. That one goes towards the scores table. And everyone can kind of catch their breath. Another kill for Tinley Morgan. Might be just what the doctor ordered. Now it's 13-9. McAlester trailing by 4 in this set. Trying to make a comeback. On the serve to the back. Pico can't handle the spike from number 27, Mia Fabry. And that's a kill. 14-9. Tell you what, every time it goes over to Mia Fabry, she's hanging out over on that back right side. If you see it go towards her, you know that you're getting a little bit of velocity if it gets over that net. And here's an ace. Right onto the back line as McAllister's now down by 6. There's the ace from Halo Pace. An ace for Pace, if you will. 15-9. Serve again. Nice placement. And another ace. Was able to find the middle of the box. Diving out after it was number 19, Chevy Dotson, but she just could not give the rest of her team a chance. So that made it 16-9. Gave it her best effort, though. 7-point deficit. The largest deficit that we've seen from either team has been 9. And there's another ace right on the line on the back left side. Pico kind of hitting herself in the head thinking, what am I doing? And Coach Burns says, we need a timeout. We need to regroup. 17-9 is the score here in the third set. McAlester down, but they are up in the match 2-0. We'll take a 30-second break and return here on your home for McAlester Volleyball, the McAlester Radio YouTube channel.
Loftus Furniture of McAlester, a proud sponsor of Lady Buffalo Athletics, a family-owned business supporting our McAlester High School sports. Loftus Furniture, fourth-generation business with deep roots in Southeast Oklahoma. One of Southeast Oklahoma's largest furniture stores. 700 East Carl Albert Parkway. The right time, the right place, the right price.
So it looks like Seminole's caught some momentum here. After losing the first 2 sets, they are dominating set number 3, 17-9. Once again with the serve, another great one. This one will be another ace. Halo Pace has been on fire here with her service over the last 3 or 4 of them. Now makes it 18-9. This is tied for the largest deficit in a set so far tonight. McAlester was up by 9 in the previous set at one point. There's another serve. Returnable. There's the push to the backside. Saved by Hare. Here's the third. Getting over is Fabry. Swing. Sets up Calderon. McAlester desperately needing a point here. Spike attempt to the back. McAlester keeps it alive. There's the push from Roberts. To a knee. Fabry gets it up. Now there's a quick push. Pico. To Morgan. And she will get the kill. Another one for Tinley Morgan. 18-10. Just as whenever you see it go to Mia Fabry for Seminole, you're thinking, oh my goodness, something's about to go down. When you see Tinley Morgan get the chance for a spike, you know something's about to go down. You know you have the chance for a point. 18-10. Can McAlester make a heck of a comeback here? At least here in this set. To the very back corner, it will be returned here from Seminole. There's the push to the backside. Peacoat. There's Morgan again with the spike, and she will again get the kill. Tinley Morgan. When you need someone to be able to just bring it with force, it's been Morgan tonight. 18-11. Still got a long way to go, but can they go on a heck of a run here? Berkeley Roberts sends it over. There's the ace. There's 3 consecutive points for McAlester. Makes it 18-12. Berkeley Roberts, a sophomore. We'll get ready to do it for a 3rd consecutive time. Roberts sends it over with the right hand. The set. Fabry thought about spiking it, instead just sends it over to a knee. Roberts sets up Morgan. There's the spike. Hard off the chest, and it will go towards the hardwood. Another kill. Come on now. Tinley Morgan. Stop it. 18-13 the score here in set number 3. McAllister's rallied off 4 consecutive points. And make that 5. There's the ace. Berkeley Roberts make this 18-14. Look out. Here comes McAlester in the rear view. Roberts trying to get another ace to the back line. It's going to be trouble for Seminole. Can they get it over? They do so and nearly score on that hit. There's the set. The spike. Too wide. McAlester makes this 18-15. They were down at one point, 18-9. It's been 6 consecutive points. Keep it going, Berkeley Roberts. There's the serve. Quick get over. Calderon. Hits it over to Pace. There's the set. Awkwardly dribbles over the net. Swing. Got to get it over, and they do so. Nice hit by Calderon. There's the set and the push. And it'll go too wide. McAlester scores again. It's 18-16. 7 consecutive points for McAlester. They were down by 9 at one point. And at some point, I got to think Stephanie Killian might take a timeout here with how McAllister's been rolling. There's the serve. Directly over. Peacoat hits it up to swing. Morgan for the kill. Can't get it over. There's the block from the near side. They push it over. Can't find an open piece of hardwood. On the backside, Roberts sets up Morgan. There they go. The push will land. And McAlester, what do you know? They're down by 1. It has been 8 consecutive points here in the 3rd set. They're saying we want to go home early. For the tie, Berkeley Roberts. This ball won't go over. They tie it up. There's the ace from Berkeley Roberts, and it's 18-18. There's the timeout from Coach Killian. From down 18-9 to 18-18 in the 3rd set, McAlester has come back to tie it up. We will take a break and return as we've got some high-flying action here at the MAC on senior night for the McAlester Lady Buffalo volleyball team here on the McAlester Radio YouTube channel.
Prime Structures is your local manufacturer of portable buildings. From storage sheds, portable garages, and portable barns to custom builds such as chicken coops and greenhouses. Prime Structures is the only one who builds their buildings here in McAlester using local resources and local labor. They also offer metal carports, RV covers, and metal garages. Local ownership with buildings built at McAlester means factory direct pricing for the customer, saving you money. Free local delivery is also provided. Prime Structures in McAlester, locally owned by Brent and Alicia Case at 1702 South George 9 Expressway, 918-525-4101. See us on Facebook and Instagram.
You're joining us in the middle of action as McAllister's 9-point rally has come to an end there as a ball falls near the net to give Seminole a 19-18 lead. McAlester does lead the match 2-0, but here in the third set, McAlester trailed 18-9. They rallied off 9 consecutive points to tie it up 18-9 or 18-18. Now it's 19-18 after a timeout by Coach Stephanie Killian to try to gather her group, but here's another service error that goes way too wide. We have a tie set again, 19-19. McAlester has all the momentum and a pretty high-impact student section right behind Dallas Calderon, the junior. Try to keep the momentum high. There's the serve to the back end. The set. The spike. Pushing it up on the backside. The Lady Buffaloes. There's the push, and that will be a point for McAlester. Coming in the junior, that's Natalie Molina. Able to get a point for the McAlester Lady Buffaloes. They now lead 20-19. I can't believe they're leading this set after being down 18-9. Calderon. And sends it over. There's going to be an ace. Right now, if you're a McAlester fan, you got to be thinking there's no turning back now. Seminole looked to be in control of the third to try to make this a match, but McAlester has furiously taken the last, 11 out of the last 12 points? Can they make it 12 of 13? No, they cannot. 21-20. Even if this doesn't end in the third set, this third set is coming to a wild finish. This is who they want serving, though. It's Mia Fabry. I say that, and it hits off the top of the net, and she brings so much velocity with her serves, with her spikes. That time it's a service error as it won't get over the net. That's been the story of the night for Seminole. Makes it 22-20. McAlester 3 points away from winning in straight sets. The serve from Dotson. Got to get it over. No one's going after the ball. It lands in the middle of the box. McAlester leads 23-20. They have taken the last 15 of the last 17 points after being down 18-9. Dotson serves. On the first hit, it goes over. Quick push. Now Peacoat setting up Molina. Excuse me, that's not Molina. That was Roberts, I believe, on the spike attempt. Down the middle will be pushed. Roberts pushes it back over. The set from the middle, the spike. Nice hit by Roberts. The set. Now it's Molina's turn. She pushes. That one won't find the hardwood. Peacoat towards the backside. Morgan pushes it to the back, and she'll score! Another kill! Tinley Morgan makes this 24-20 match point here at the MAC. Great volley there for the McAlester Lady Buffalo. Seminole gave them all they got, and then some, and McAlester was able to get the point from Tinley Roberts. Here we go. The serve. The set. Here's the spike. No, they won't spike. They'll just push it. There's the set. Roberts gets it over towards the back. This is a push. Nice. Nice. Halo pace. Keeping an eye on that back line. Found some real estate and was able to get the point and keep this match alive for the Lady Chieftains. It's still match point, 24-21. There it is. And it's too wide. McAlester wins. 25-21. They win in straight sets after they were down 19-8 in the third set. They come back to win 17 out of the next 20 points to win in straight sets. 3-0 here on senior night against the Seminole Lady Chieftains. So, ladies and gentlemen, Lady Buffalo fans far and wide, grab that brush and paint that win column. black and gold as the McAlester Lady Buffaloes win their first match of the year to improve to 1-4 on the year. And I said it in the pregame, if McAlester could win this match, that might just give them a lot of momentum with a younger team to maybe try to go on a little bit of a run down the schedule here, as we have the Sepulpa tournament coming up later this week. They play Sepulpa again next week. Then they have, well, actually, this is all going to be in the Sepulpa Invitational. They got Sepulpa, Claremore, Memorial. They also have Tahlequah, Wagner, the MacTown Throwdown coming up. It's going to be a busy rest of August for the McAlester Lady Buffaloes, but they win this one in straight sets, 3-0. We'll recap it all when we return. You're listening to McAlester Volleyball here on McAlester Radio.
Hey guys, it's Sam from Sam Wampler's Freedom Ford in McAlester and Eufaula. With 2 locations to choose from, we have close to 200 vehicles on the ground and coming in. And with vehicles starting at $29.95, we have something for everyone. And if you need parts or service, we are loading up at both locations to serve you better. Plus, with our mobile service van and our pickup and delivery, we can help you with sales and service no matter where you are. So come see us at Sam Wampler's Freedom Ford in McAlester and Eufaula and let us make it happen for you.
Loftus Furniture of McAlester, a proud sponsor of Lady Buffalo Athletics, a family-owned business supporting our McAlester High School sports. Loftus Furniture, 4th-generation business with deep roots in Southeast Oklahoma. One of Southeast Oklahoma's largest furniture stores. 700 East Carl Albert Parkway. The right time, the right place, the right price. Prime Structures is your local manufacturer of portable buildings. From storage sheds, portable garages, and portable barns to custom builds such as chicken coops and greenhouses. Prime Structures is the only one who builds their buildings here in McAlester using local resources and local labor. They also offer metal carports, RV covers, and metal garages. Local ownership with buildings built at McAlester means factory direct pricing for the customer, saving you money. Free local delivery is also provided. Prime Structures in McAlester, locally owned by Brent and Alicia Case at 1702 South George 9 Expressway, 918-525-4101. See us on Facebook and Instagram.
Welcome back to the MAC here. I'm Brandon Green. That brought you McAlester Volleyball here today as McAlester wins their first match of the season in straight sets over the Seminole Lady Chieftains. And I'm sorry you got to see my ugly mug for once. But yeah, it was a pretty nice night, senior night for the McAlester Lady Buffaloes as they win in straight sets. They won the first set 25-22, and they were down for a majority of that set. In fact, if you want to look across the 3 sets, they were down for a majority of the match. They were down for a majority of the first set, came back, and was able to win that one. And then in set 2, completely dominated it. Used a lot of Seminoles' mistakes to their advantage. They had a lot of service errors in the second set. Ended up winning that one 25-16. And McAlester, one of the coolest comebacks that we've been able to see while we've been covering McAlester volleyball over the last now season and a match. They were down 18-9, going into a timeout called by Coach Chris Burns. After the timeout, McAlester then proceeded to win 16 out of the next 19 points to win in straight sets, 25-21 in their third set. So the McAlester Lady Buffaloes here on senior night, always good to get their first win. Again, they've been taking on some really, really tough teams in their first 4 matches of the season. In fact, 3 of those were over at the Lincoln Christian Bulldog Classic, where they took on the likes of Oklahoma Christian, Lincoln Christian, Booker T. Now, that doesn't mean that things don't get easier. Things actually are going to toughen up once again. They go to the Sepulpa tournament later on this week. They take on the likes of Sepulpa, Claremore, Memorial. Then they play Shawnee. It looks like Noble as well. So it's going to be a busy weekend for them. They also have Tahlequah and Wagner later on in the month. And then the MacTown Throwdown right back over here at the MAC. We will be covering the game, or the match on the 26th against Tahlequah. So that will either be myself or Chase McNutt on the call next Tuesday as well. But it was a lot of fun to be able to bring you this tonight, and it's always great when you can win, especially on senior night. We'd like to thank our sponsors, Prime Structures, Portable Buildings, and more, Sam Wampler's Freedom Ford, Loftus Furniture of McAlester. Thank you guys for putting us on the air, not just tonight, but all softball and volleyball season long. Our next softball broadcast will be on September 22nd. I don't believe that softball ever got to play tonight. They're going to have to probably reschedule that game against Tahlequah because that is in district play. So they'll have a doubleheader later on. I don't know if that'll be at McAlester or in Tahlequah, but looks like they're going to probably fix that up with a doubleheader later on. But yeah, our next softball broadcast will be on the 22nd, and that'll be against Durant. That'll be a 6 p.m. first pitch time. And also, I did kind of bring this over because I wanted to give a shout out to my daughter. I know that she's watching right now. She made bracelets with my wife, her mama, Destiny Green. So I wanted to show off that one right there. If you could see it, that one is for Harper there. So Harper, I hope that you love that. I am wearing your bracelet. My 2-year-old made that just a couple of nights ago. So can't wait to go see her. Hopefully I can get this all set up before it's time for bedtime here. But that's why I got to go ahead and call it a night. So big thank you to Nate Brown, who helped me set everything up here today. And thank you for spending your time with us this Tuesday evening. So until, I believe that's next Tuesday when we have our next broadcast. Again, that will be McAlester Volleyball against Tahlequah. This has been Brandon Green saying, Lady Buffaloes win. And don't just have a great night. Have a Buffalo night, everybody. Night, Harper.